Hey Jax!
Yeah.
Do you recognize this song?
Just a castaway, island lost at sea.
No, man! Man, it's Yes!
Another love.
No, come on, man!
No one here but me. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Plot Addiction. Today it's a record haul, but first of all, I'd like to show you my new setup that I got here. Go ahead, Pielik.
Okay guys, so here's the new setup. I just bought this record set for $20 Canadian, and it's playing very good, and I think it's a set of the 80s if I'm not mistaken. So here we have the record player, we have the cassette player plus the mixer, and here we got some space for some records, two big speakers, and I've put some crates on top of the speakers, which looks pretty neat. And I had to redneck the table a little bit. So when it's completely closed and I played it, there was this weird sound. So what I decided to do is take two ends of popsicle sticks and put it on top of there, and now the record table sounds fine. And for some reason, the metal thing in the middle is too big for my new albums, so I can't seem to be able to play them. I'll need to find a way to sandpaper it or something to make it being able to play my new records, because the holes are too small. So this is my thing. Back to you, Pielik. And we're back. So I have a lot of stuff that I bought since the last record haul. I hope you guys will enjoy. Let's start it up. First of all, since I got a cassette player now, I decided to buy some cassette to test it out. The first cassette that I bought is Sword Metalized. So the reason why I bought this is because of Scott Waters. He had some 7 inches to show, and he mentioned the Sword. And I've heard about it before, but I never heard it. So I decided to buy it and had a listen. And oh wow, it is good. You have to try it out. It's some pretty good heavy metal and good guitar riffs. Unfortunately, the cassette doesn't work at its full. Around the end of the first side, it starts slowing down. It does weird things, and then when I turn it around, and it does the weird thing again. So I'm debating if I'm going to keep it because it's not really working well. I need to find another copy for sure because it's great. Next up is Skid Row. Sleep to the Grind. So this is their second albums, and it's really good compared to the first one. And yeah, there's 2 versions of this album. I'm not sure if it's like that on tape, but there's a version with Get the Fuck Out, which is the song, and the other version is Beggar's Day. So on this version, yeah, it's Beggar's Day, and it's very good. I was kind of hesitated because I really like that other song, but when I listened to that, wow, the chorus is incredible. It's very good, so no regrets. Tape. Next up, thank you, Jax, for this album. Motley Crue. Girls, Girls, Girls. So yeah, nothing really to tell about this album, but it's great. Every Motley Crue album is pretty good, so every time I listen to any albums, I have the same feeling. It's good. Something that I noticed about cassettes is they include the lyrics, but wow, are they small? Like, how can someone read that? You'd have to have like eyes of a superhuman. But yeah, I'll look it up online instead because it's too small for me. Alright, so these are the cassettes that I bought. It's pretty cheap compared to records. And here we have some CDs, 3 CDs actually, and then onto the records. First up is Skid Row, Subhuman Race, which is their 3rd album. I find that it's as good as their 2nd album, Slave to the Grind. And I saw this at Matt's outlet. I was pretty excited. So here's the CD.
and there's a booklet in there, kind of a poster too. Let me show you. Pretty cool. If I can unfold it. Jeez. Okay. So here's the side. If I'd have a music room, I'd definitely put that in on my walls. And here are the lyrics. There you go. Next up is something that Jex gave me again. So he knows I'm a big fan of that. It's Cat Steven. So it's a greatest hits album. There's two songs here that I haven't heard before. I don't even. It might be covers. I'm not too sure. But the first one is Road Singer. I think they're performed live. And there's Every Time I Dream. So those are pretty good things to listen to. It's it's a fresh thing to listen to when you've heard all of their songs. So very happy to get that. Thank you, Jex. Next up is actually a very, I think it's called like groove metal band. I really like them. It's a great listen to in the car. It's called Avatar, Feathers and Flesh. So I've heard about them recently, about a few months ago, and what I did is I started listening to them on one album, and then one after another, and it wouldn't stop. I really love Avatar. It's usually not my kind of music, but wow, is it good. Like the guitar, the screamer, like singer. And what I like about this album is that they kind of did a little booklet in it with pictures about stories. It's weird, like it's even one is like a grasshopper in a cemetery, and yeah, like that right here. Yeah, it's just weird. But the last picture is the singer, and the one after that is the whole band. Yeah, very good album. Alright, so with the records, are you guys ready? So, first one is Supertramp, Famous Last Word. So, I haven't listened to it in a really long time. I didn't get a chance to listen to it yet. From what I remember, it's not as good as the others, but I'm pretty sure I love it because it's Supertramp. It's one of my favorite bands, so no regrets! So next up, as you might have seen in my intro, yes, 90215. So there's a little story in that. It's that this song was playing at the Tim Hortons called "Owner of a Lonely Heart." I've heard of that before, and just was like, hey, I'm like, all right, what is it? So he's like, it's Yes, man. I'm like, Yes. I mean, Yes is a progressive rock band, and I'm like, that doesn't sound like Yes at all. So I was very curious to listen to this, and like I was like, oh my god, it's not Yes, but it's really good. You have to listen it to another point of view because it's different from the old Yes. But I don't mind at all. It's a really good album in my opinion, and I hope you guys think that it's the same. Alright. Another one is Genesis, and then there were three. So I didn't get a chance to listen to that one yet again. I've been wanting to buy some Genesis album lately, so I decided to get it. I know it's before the Duke, and the Duke was pretty good, so I think this is going to be a good one. I'll try it out soon. This one is a birthday present from my mother. Her job is to clean houses, and she saw this record at the house, and the girl didn't want it, so she asked me, do you want it? I'm like, yes! So it is Beatles. Their greatest hits from 1962 to 1966. So I mean, there's no reason why I wouldn't get that. It's all their best hits at the time. Eightfold. I know there's a lot of stuff in the VC where they like the Apple logo, but I don't think it has it. And there's a little warp on it, but I don't mind. I mean, it plays fine, and the sleeve is in great shape, so it's great. So next up is actually a band I've discovered lately. I know you guys know about it, but I'm like, sometimes it's just bands that I didn't get a chance to listen to, and it's Triumph, Just a Game. So from what I've heard, it's very good. I mean, there's this one song that I heard. It's pretty long, and it's probably the greatest hits on the album, and I really like it. I'm going to show you the label on this one because little birdie told me that people on the VC likes the label. So this is Attic. There we go. Yeah, I don't know anything about labels, so yeah, sorry if I don't show you all the label. If you're interested to know if what kind of label it is, I'm happy to show you. Just let me know. And so next up, I've heard about this album. It's a Genesis album. I've heard about it from RateYourMusic.com. This is a website that Flipside CD, Steve, recommended me. And since then I've discovered new albums from bands I knew that were really good. So this is Genesis, Foxtrot. So it's considered their second best album. So I knew a lot of later Genesis at the time, and a few years ago, I noticed that their early stuff was a lot more progressive. Let me just arrange the camera here. There you go. Yeah. So I've took a listen to it. The beginning of the first song, I wasn't too sure about it because I don't know, I didn't like the sound. But after a few minutes, it gets better, and I have no regret in buying it for sure. I'll listen to it a lot of times. I like the cover; it's great, and yeah. Next one is a band that nobody knows. Sorry guys, but as you may know, I'm a big fan of Eric Strip, which is a local band. Back in the 90s, and when I saw this I was again, oh my god, I gotta get it. And it's a later album. When the band broke, the drummer and the guitarist / singer decided to make this band, and it's called Elevator to Hell, but they had to change their name to Elevator Through, and this album is called Vague Premonition. So I might have a record on it, I'm not sure yet. I'd have the time for it, but yeah, and I see here that Tara is also in there. I think this is the Rick White's girlfriend. Right here, she's his girlfriend. It was pretty neat. And I had to listen, and I mean, it's pretty good. It's what I expected, and it's one of a kind. It's priceless because it's unable, you can't find it anywhere. I was really lucky to get it. Alright, next up is another local band from Moncton. It's called Zone. So this is tone metal, or doom metal. I don't know the difference, but let's say it's just doom metal. Yeah, it's very good. I love the last track on this one. It's great. Give me a slower fuzz kind of feeling, and yeah, it's great. It's on white vinyl, I think, or clear. Oh, it's on clear. Let's have a look. Here it is. And yeah, this is Zone. Let me show you. I think it's a gatefold. It is. The picture there is pretty cool, actually. Probably a good picture to look at when you're listening to the album. The next record, actually, I can't show you, I can show you the back, but I can't show you the other side because it is very disturbing, unfortunately. You'll have to look it up online. It is even more disturbing than Supertramp, the album with the boobs there. It's a French album. I'll put it the title right there. It's called Plume la Traverse, Le Vieux Chose Son Side. Actually, I'll show you an extract on this. It was made in 1979, if I recall correctly, and it's a very cool kind of guy there. He kind of screams because he doesn't give a crap of the world, and it's just cool because it makes two great albums in the time. There you go. Have a look.
Sainte-Catherine, qui ça? Bob et Bill. Bob et Bill. Bob et Först i Grand Drive, FF4 Rexebat, Kisa, AVP,
So let me know what you think about the song, and let's continue. Next one is the Beatles, Revolver. This is my favorite Beatles album. I love the Taxman, and this is the orange label. Nothing fancy, and yeah, I just had to get it because I love it, and I saw it, so I decided, oh, I might as well buy it. There it is. Right. Next one is a new album. It's called Wolf Mother, Victorious. If you guys know Wolf Mother, I highly recommend this album because it's really good. There's Victorious on there that's very popular, and yeah, it comes with a lenticular thing there, a treaty. I don't know if it's gonna work on camera, but here it is. Whoa! Yeah, it's pretty cool. And yeah, what's funny is that the Victorious song, my brother always say that it sounds like the Muse. One of their songs, they say Victorious in it, and it is sounding kind of the same, but yeah, I love it. Next up is another newer album. I decided to get it. It's called, everybody knows about it. It's Black Sabbath 13. So when it released, I decided to not get it. And after a few months, it went really low on price. I don't know why, but I didn't even get it even then. And I regret it now because it got up in price again. And but now I had the money, so I decided to get it. So this is 13 from Black Sabbath. I love anything from Black Sabbath, and I love that album as much. Okay. Next up is an album that I saw from a channel of John Bellamy. He's showing all of his heavy metal collection by alphabetical order. And when he was at ELB, he showed Loudness, Thunder in the East. So I think that's an album with only Japanese musician in there. And boy, was I satisfied. This is such a good album. I wasn't expecting that at all. I think it's power metal. It's so good. I love the voice. I love the guitar. Man, I had a fun listen to that, and I highly recommend it. So next up is Genesis, Duke. Can't believe I never had this album before. First time I heard about their songs is from Three Side Lives. Most of their songs are from that and Abakaba, or I think that's how it's called. And yeah, I love this album. It's when they started being more pop. And yeah, I think I like more of their later stuff, really progressive rock stuff. But yeah, each their own opinion, so there you go. Next up is something that a lot of VCs liked. Decided to buy it because, why not? So it's called Ted Nugent, Scream Dream. So I love the way he shows his guitar there on his arm. And from what I heard, it's not his best album, but I listened to it and I really like it. I like the song, I think it's called Don't Cry. No. Terminus Eldorado. It's different from the other tracks, but that's what I like. It's really different and the beat is incredible. So yeah, I hope you like that song too. Next up is Heart, Lil Queen. So this is another great album from Queen, probably one of their best. And yeah, I like a few more albums of them. So of course I'm gonna expand my collection, buy a little bit more of Heart. Now that I don't think their self-title is too good, I might need to have a listen to it and see if I'll buy it. But you guys let me know. Next up is it's a French album again. It's the singer of my favorite French band. It's Serge Fiori, and Séguin. Can't remember his second name, but it's a collaboration. The stuff he plays there, it's the greatest stuff he plays. I love everything he does. His voice is incredible. And yeah, when I saw it, I was like, oh my god, I gotta get it, no matter what price. And here you go. The price wasn't that bad there, I'm just saying. Alright, next up is a band from Toronto. It's called Dead From Above, 1979. So this is their first album, released in 2004. The band decided break up in 2006, and they reunited back in 2014 and released another album, which I own. So it's I find it funny that they have a 10-year gap between the albums, and they both sound like they have the same vibe, no changes. That's what I like about it. I think their second album is better in my opinion, but I really like it. It's very unique. I really recommend it for you to have a listen. One of their songs I find that you can listen, that's a good introduction for them, is Ride on Frankenstein. So have a listen if you can. I hope I can give enough praise for that one. And since I really wanted to support Dead From Above 1979, I bought one of their live album. It's called Dead From Above, Third Man Records. If I'm not mistaken, Third Man Records is Jack White's, the owner of that record place. And just to let you know, that their live performance is incredible, but the guy who did the recording, not that much. So that album is not that much of a good listen, but for the price, I don't mind. It was something good to listen to. They say that after they did that live performance, they went bowling with Jack White and Mick Jagger. So that's a cool story if you want to look it up. Do it on Google. So next up is an indie band. It's called Florence and the Machine. Her first album, Lungs. So it's very good music to listen to when you want to relax. Her voice is incredible, and I love what she sings. I also loved her second album. Oh, it's a gatefold, but I didn't open it yet, so let me do that and be right back. Okay, I'm back, and I decided to turn the record side 2 since it's a very long video. So here is Florence of the Machine, open up, and this is the gatefold. Oh, wow, I didn't even have a chance to look at it yet, and it's pretty cool. So yeah, I really like her first and second album. Didn't have a chance to listen to their third album and maybe more. This is because when I want to like an album, I listen to it a lot. I make sure that I understand it and that I like it before. So it takes me a while before I buy an album because I want to see what it looks like. I'm saying that, but there's album in there that I said that I didn't even listen to, so shame on me. Next up is something that Jex has recommended me, and no regrets, it's very good. It's called the Headpins. Turn it loud. That's pretty good, heavy stuff. The singer is a lady, and oh, thought it was a gatefold, but I guess not. I thought I saw the green. Anyway, yeah, it's a good album. Have a listen, and here you go. Alright, next is an album from my time, actually. I don't listen to a lot of stuff from my time, but here you go. It's called Billy Talent, self-titled. So I'm pretty sure you guys know of them. It says, the greatest hits here are Try Honestly, River Below. Yeah, it's a great stuff. I like their originality, and I had no regret buying it. So next album is Genesis, Abacab. So I've heard from all of their songs, almost all of their songs from the Three Side Lives album, and I had to get it, and it's very good. By the way, I'm not a big fan of live album. For some reason, I always find that the original sounds better. I know, right? But anyway, for some reason, Three Side Lives, I gotta admit, it is very good compared to the original albums. Like, they did an amazing performance, and I can't praise it enough. Alright, so another one is Genesis from their progressive rock time. Genesis, A Trick of the Tail. So I think this is considered one of the best progressive rock albums in the world. So yeah, you gotta have a listen. It's very good. If you guys are into prog rock, this is the thing to listen to. And I was very happy to find it. It's not in the best shape, but it plays very good. Okay, so next up, is 6 a.m. Prayers of the Damned. So 6 a.m. is actually the basis for Motley Crue, Nikki Sixx, which is right there. And I love this album. I love the song Rise, which made me buy this album. Rise, I find that it has a Muse kind of kick, and I love Muse, so I really love it. Here's the sleeve, and it's a clear vinyl, even clearer than the Zome album that I showed you. Alright, so the next album is Blue Oyster Cult, Fire of Unknown Origin. Oh wow, it's hard to read, but yeah, it's a great album. I've listened to it a few times. The reason why I know of this album is because of Scott Waters and Trog video they made about 1981's heavy metal best albums, and this was one of them. And I really like the cover, so I had to buy it. When I went and buy it, the guy's called Gilles, and he knows me well. Every time I go, he shows me his French stuff because he knows I'm a sucker of that. And I went and picked up that, and he's like, "Man, I can't believe that nobody's buying it. Like, it's been there for a while. I had to lower the price. Like, nobody appreciates music." So I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Like, this is like a great album, Columbia, and very good shape." So I don't know why everybody passed on it, but I'm happy I'm the guy who went and got it. Alright, last one. So I don't know much about Nazareth, but I got Malice in Wonderland. The reason why I got a little bit more interested in that is because Jeff, I'm having a blank, I can't remember his last name, but I'll put it on under here. He did a video about his Nazareth collection, and yeah, this is not one of their best from what I heard, but I really like the cover, so I had to get it. The two albums that I really want next is Razamanaz and Hair of the Dog, which are, I think, one of their most best, so that's probably a better introduction that I should have. So those were my collection that I had. Sorry for the long video. I really had a lot of stuff to show you because in my last videos that I did was all of my collection, so I had to back out to show all I had, and this is it. I let myself out and showed you all that I got. So let me share your thoughts on what I have in the comments below, and hope you guys enjoy the rest of the week. Have a great one.